Alrighty boys, welcome back to another step-by-step video. Now today's video is going to be on Fenrir. Now the important thing to realize when it comes to Fenrir is that Fenrir is all about playing off of his utility. So the important thing that I want to share with you guys today is going to be some rounds where I am placing the utility in places that I think that they're going to be useful, and I highly suggest you do the same with this. I don't recommend putting them in places where like you don't have like a swing option. I'd recommend putting them in places where like you're for sure going to be able to swing off of the traps. So we're going to start today's clip here, and we're going to be putting a Fenrir trap for Missile Hallway. We're going to be putting one for Locker's Door. We're going to be putting our other one on the stock doorway. Now the reason why we do stock doorway is because since you have 4 traps, it's going to be a good way for me to prevent a stock push in case somebody does try to lurk back there, because I know a lot of people like to push stock for like a solo push. And then our last one, we're actually going to hold in our pocket. And the reason why we hold it in our pocket is because sometimes this position that I'm playing with my warden here for miss out here, it gets really hard to actually hold it because people tend to like toss flashbangs in. They tend to like play it like super aggressive. They turn the ego challenge. Maybe they open up this wall that I'm peeking right here over the top of it. And they tend to flush out people out of this position, okay? So when people flush you out of this position, you can run back into sight, put your Fenrir trap on the toxin doorway, and then you're going to be able to basically play off of that intel for toxin. Now right here, what's going to end up happening is somebody's going to walk in through lockers, hit my Fenrir trap. I'm going to get myself a very easy kill on Finka right there, putting us into a nice 5v4 position. Now honestly, in hindsight, I probably should be rotating back in this position. However, the one thing that is important to note in this position is that my Missile Hallway Fenrir trap is still up in this position, so I'm kind of vibing here. I don't actually have to rotate back because I can always swing off the Fenrir trap for the hallway. But I'm going to go ahead and let my warden play the position here. He's going to go ahead and swing aggressively. Unfortunately, he's going to end up dying. However, he is going to end up lighting somebody up in the missile hallway here. So we're going to go ahead and play a little bit aggressive here. Unfortunately, what's going to end up happening here is that my teammates inside of sight are going to start dying, and then my doc's going to go ahead and rotate over, which is going to actually create like a weird opening for the enemy team for lockers in this position. I'm not really sure why my doc is overstaying his welcome here either. But what's going to end up happening is the Twitch that's inside of lockers is going to go ahead and ego challenge his way into sight. He's going to end up killing my doc, and then we're going to successfully get the refrag in this position. And then I'm going to go ahead and rotate my butt back into miss out here to play aggressively with my warden. And then I'm going to decide not to, because I realized that in this position that the way that we lose would be from lockers in this position. So I'm going to pick awkward timing, swing the lockers doorway, get myself one free kill, and then now we're in a 1v1 position. The last guy's inside a miss out. He's going to go ahead and just charge him, but we're going to go ahead and pre-fire head level and get ourselves a very easy kill on Ash right there to secure the round. Now I feel like this is a pretty like old question to ask, but a lot of people tend to like ask what's the difference between Hollow A and Hollow B, and honestly I don't really know. I just feel like with Hollow B, you should put it on guns that you feel awkward with, in my opinion. So like if you ever feel awkward with a gun, you should try putting Hollow B on it. And the same thing with like if you feel good with a gun on, or if you feel bad with a gun on Hollow B, you should try pulling Hollow A on it. Because for example, one of the guns recently that I just found out about that actually feels pretty good with the Hollow B is actually going to be the SMG-12, actually, surprisingly. And it actually feels a lot better than normally with like the Hollow A, which is kind of weird to me, but that's how it feels for me. Now, what I'm going to be doing here with Fenrir here is I am going to be using the Hollow B sight. Bandit's gun is not really my favorite gun, the MP7. So I actually like to put Hollow B on it occasionally, just like this clip, just because sometimes, you know, it's just what my preference is in the mood for. So I decided to do it. I don't know what it is. I feel like sometimes it helps you with like overall horizontal recoil, so that's why I'm running it. But right here, what's going to end up happening is we already lost a teammate during prep phase, and then we lost another teammate early on in the round because he was roaming. And so what we're going to be doing here is we're pretty much damage controlling at this point. We're trying to figure out what the enemy team is going to try to commit to without actually selling any more bodies is the idea. Now the enemy team, for context, is going to be trying to go for a blue push. Now what's going to end up happening here is somebody overcharged into blue and dropped diffuser. So that means that logically speaking, the enemy team, the only real place that they can push to actually make some kind of play happen through the plant at least is going to be through blue, okay? So what we got here is we got a 3v3 position now. Unfortunately, I'm going to walk into these Grims, so I'm going to have to rotate back. It's important to note that they have all of the hatches open, as well as for context, they have a little bit of vertical. So what's going to end up happening here is there's going to be one guy that's going to end up going through oil, but there's also going to be another guy who's going to rotate up to the vert above kitchen here. And I'm going to go ahead and floor bang him through the floor for the vertical for kitchen and get myself an easy kill into him. And then right here, we're going to go ahead and be in a nice 2v2 position. Now, ideally, in these type of positions, Maya would play really safe, but what you're going to notice here is I put one of my other Fenrir traps on for the blue like stock hatch drop, but the reason why I'm activating that is because it's going to prevent people from going through mannequin to swing me, okay? They'd have to get rid of it to actually make the play. So right here, my teammate's going to go down. So I know there's going to be at least one guy close on my Fenrir trap that I just destroyed. So I get myself one free kill from that because it's acting as like a proximity. Last guy's inside of blue. He's going to go ahead and go prone here. He's going to give me audio for it. So I'm going to swing aggressively. Get myself a very easy kill for him to secure the round. Now next up, we're going to be on the Nighthaven basement. Now on this round, I'm actually going to be Fenrir roaming, so I'm going to basically be putting all of my traps on vertical for Nighthaven here on the basement bomb site. I'm going to be placing them in places where I believe I'm going to be able to get value out of them, if that makes sense, or at least prevent the enemy team from pushing those locations easily, if that makes sense. So I'm going to put one for the control room double door hallway, for warehouse first floor, and then we're going to go ahead and put a BP inside of warehouse as well in this position. Now the reason why we're putting a BP here is because we're essentially going to be trying to get infill for warehouse / storage if the enemy team doesn't get rid of this bulletproof, because with that bulletproof they're going to have to essentially run all the way into warehouse to get rid of it unless they have Twitch. Now right here, what's going to end up happening is we're going to go ahead and we're going to rotate towards 90 hall. We're going to put a Fenrir trap for the kitchen double door for the hallway here. We're going to activate that one because typically the main push tends to stem from that location, and we're going to go ahead and put another one on the storage doorway. Now honestly, this lounge one that I put down wasn't really that great, so I'm going to go ahead and pick that one up, and I'm just going to go ahead and keep it in my pocket. I'm going to rotate up to top aqua here. Now the reason why I'm playing top aqua this early on in this position is because I'm waiting for the enemy team to try to drone this location. Now if they drone this location, my idea would be to shoot their drone, rotate back, probably barricade the bottom aqua double door, and then play safe from there and just play off of the Fenrir traps. Now that would have been my idea, however nobody pushes bottom aqua, so I'm going to go ahead and just rotate down, barricade the double door, and then now we're going to go ahead and rotate over to 90 here. Now the important thing to note here is that one of my teammates just died by storage. Now in this type of position, honestly, I probably shouldn't be playing this so aggressively. I'm going to go ahead and swing wide here and get myself a free kill for somebody swinging storage. Now like I said though, I probably shouldn't have played that so aggressively, but I do end up getting myself an easy kill on a person swinging out of storage. And then what's going to end up happening here is there's going to be another two guys inside of storage in this position. One guy's going to go ahead and he's going to hit the Fenrir trap that I have activated on the storage doorway. However, I'm not going to immediately swing. Now the reason why I'm not immediately swinging is because I'm trying to put a fake sense of safety on him that nobody's here, nobody's going to swing him, and I'm not moving at all so he doesn't get audio from me, okay? So what's going to end up happening, he's going to re-challenge that doorway to get rid of the Fenrir trap. I'm going to wait till the Fenrir trap is a little bit more solid when it comes to redness, if that makes sense, and get myself a very easy kill onto the guy trying to break my Fenrir trap, because right there he's going to have to look up to get rid of it. And then right here we're going to go ahead and just pause, wait for a little bit of audio of the next guy coming through storage to basically look for like the refrag, basically, because if I don't move once again, as long as I just pick really awkward timing on the swing, that last guy is gonna not know exactly where I am, so I'm gonna be able to swing off of audio, get myself a very easy kill, because I believe what Ram's thinking in that position is that I'm rotating over to kitchen after getting that last kill off of my Fenrir trap, and he probably didn't expect me to sit there 3 times in a row, I'm gonna be honest. Now next up, we're going to be over on Coastline. Now once again, we're going to be changing up our sight on Band-Aid here. Now for context, this is another scope that I'd highly recommend to put on SMGs in particular. I don't know what it is, but it just feels really nice. This used to be called the Cobra sight, but back in the day in like year 1. But I like to use it now because it's just kind of like, I don't know, it just makes the guns feel like they have no recoil whatsoever. The only problem is that the reticle is a little bit iffy. However, it does boost like your visibility when it comes to like seeing people, I believe. So right here in this position, guys, I'm actually going to end up getting audio of a Bravo drone coming up my cool vibes. I do actually have Fenrir traps in 90 hallway. I have one for the billiards doorway. I have one in my pocket as well here. I'm going to be ending up putting it on my hookah doorway here in a moment, and then my last one is going to actually be on cool vibes here. And now the one with this cool vibes one that I'm planning on doing is that I am getting audio that somebody is cool vibes. So all I'm doing here is I'm just burning a little bit of time. There is a Malusi on my staircase in this position, so I don't actually need to activate the cool vibes one off rip. Right here, this is kind of weird, but I believe what ended up happening is my Fenrir trap got caught by one of my disc. It didn't get destroyed, it just dropped it to the ground after getting caught by one of my disc. So I'm going to go ahead and activate that one off rip. You're going to see here an IQ is going to charge up my cool vibe stairs. He had to get rid of the wub though, which kind of gave me an idea of where he would be coming, when he would be coming is the idea. And that's how I'm able to get the kill onto him, because I'm just reacting off of audio, swinging aggressively, hitting a pre-fire, getting myself a very easy kill onto him. Now I get more audio for cool vibes here, so I'm going to go ahead and activate my Fenrir trap for cool vibes here. I'm going to end up actually catching somebody on the cool vibes staircase. So I know at least one guy is going to be on cool vibes. I'm going to go ahead and take a quick peek at hookah doorway, and then I'm going to end up catching a guy trying to crouch peek me, and then the Ash is going to go ahead and walk up in response to this. So I'm going to go ahead and swing aggressively to get myself an easy kill onto him as well, because I'm looking for the kill onto him in particular because of the fact that he is going to be probably looking for the refrag after I kill the hookah doorway guy. Now the last guy in this position is going to be over by 90 side in this position. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to be cycling my Fenrir trap, my last one that I have available to me, all between my billiards and my hallway 90 Fenrir trap. The important thing to realize is that in this position, the only places that line can go is either 90 hallway or billiards. However, I'm going to get audio for 90 hallway in this position, so I'm going to activate my Fenrir trap. What's going to end up happening is the lion's going to walk up. He's going to end up proning behind the flower pot, so I'm going to swing aggressively to get myself a very easy kill on him and secure the round. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.